Oh, it feels very special. I mean, I love the festival. I'm lucky I've got to see many films here. I've had a couple of films premiere here over the years, so to be here with a Clint Eastwood movie is a very special moment, and looking forward to people seeing the movie. I mean, it couldn't have meant more to me. I couldn't have been more nervous or more excited by the prospect. And I have to say, it lived up to every expectation and hope and dream. He really is the kindest man who's inspiring, and he gives so much space to his crew and his actors. He trusts them. And I think that's what transpires in his movies, which is what I love about his movies as a fan. You know, he trusts the audience as well. And I think he just has such a unique style as a director and an actor. I'm very proud to be part of his legacy.
This is no small thing. I come from a country on the other side of the world, and I'm in Hollywood at this beautiful theatre for this festival. But for Clint, he's so revered and adored, and such a true auteur and a true artist. He's so endlessly creative, and I'm trying to hold your hand. And just having the opportunity to work with him, it still blows me away that that it happened. You know, it's quite surreal.
Absolutely thrilling. I feel very honored to be here with so many amazing artists. I'm very excited.
This is so cool. I've always wanted to be at the festival, and to have a Clint Eastwood film, no better way to be a part of the festival than to have this film be a part of it. And I'm really excited for people to see it. It's a really timely piece about the judicial system and a moral issue. And you got a murderer's row of actors and an amazing director helming this really cool piece. So I'm excited for people to see it.
It feels great. Seeing all the cast again, it's been a while. So, being at this historic theater, it's cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see what everyone thinks of the movie.
Overwhelming, exciting, thrilling, humbling. It's an incredible honor to be here to close out the festival tonight and to honor Clint see this movie with a crowd for the first time. Can't believe it.
Listen, a premiere is always exciting, but AFI it's really cool to be closing this festival out, and it's a festival that's been here, and to be honoring Clint. I mean, he's a legend. So, and then it's really exciting to be a part of what possibly could be his last movie. So, I don't know, it's all very meaningful. And it's cool, you're on Hollywood Boulevard. It's like, I don't know, it's rad.
It's kind of like, it's not overwhelming, but it is a kind of surreal experience where my dad in that generation was a fan of him. And then, there's almost like 3 generations that he's touched almost in this business. So that was really wild to have people that were, 60, 70 years old being excited I was working with, their favorite director growing up. I was like, that was pretty, overwhelming.
It's a real moral compass dilemma many of the characters are in. It's about the judicial process and truth and justice, but then also, how human emotion can cloud that, and how sometimes self-preservation gets in the way of, what the right thing you should do is. So it's a real journey that hopefully audiences will put themselves in the place of quite a few of the characters and ask themselves what they would have done.
For kind of a quiet story about what it is to be human and the choices we make and how we can live with ourselves and live with those choices, it's actually quite thrilling. Like, what is going to happen is the anticipatory nature of how the story progresses is a real thing that physically takes people over. It's an exciting watch, and I think in this day and age, films like this are not made. Clint's old school, and the film's old school, and it works for a reason. And he's been in this business for such a long time and so successful, both as an actor and as a director, because of that. It's because of his take on things. It's in no way it's kind of ballsy and brave and modern in that it's not what people are used to watching in the contemporary kind of cinema scene. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Pretty life-changing. And I was so surprised how it came about. I had auditioned for him, I don't know, 8 years ago, and I didn't get the part. I didn't really hear anything back, and I got a call from my agent that said, "Hey, Clint wants you for his film Juror #2. He remembered you from your audition many years ago." And I was just I was so surprised. I was so confused. I was so like, what is happening? So definitely a life-changing experience. And I had the most wonderful time working with him, getting to know him and his process and learning from him. So very grateful.
He is an actor's director. He really trusts his actors to know their homework, to come ready, prepared, and he trusts us. And that in turn makes you really want to do a better job for him. We lovingly call him the boss on set. And so you want to do a good job for the boss, and particularly with this subject matter and possibly his last film. You really want to make sure you do a good job for him. And I think it's a good picture in the canon of Eastwood films. And I'm proud of it.
Well, everyone says it's the greatest working experience you'll ever have working with him. And it's exactly what it is. He's just such a wonderful director. He's such a wonderful human being. He treats his crew so incredibly well. And I don't know, it's a profound experience that every actor I know who had worked with him said, "Oh, you're about to have the best working experience of your life." And I did. He just trusts his actors, and he doesn't say a lot, but when he gives you direction, it's so meaningful, and you don't do a bunch of takes, and he just trusts that you are the character. And I don't know, he's a legend. I mean, he's given so many actors jobs, and he's such a brilliant director. And so I don't know, it was one of my, will go down as one of my greatest achievements, I think, is to have that experience with him. I feel very lucky. It's like a morality story about what it is to do the right thing. On our best day, we're a hero, and on our worst day, we're a coward. And so it's very hard. And it's also sort of a question about the justice system, too. So it's good. It feels like a very, a good movie for what's happening in our world today.
Favorite moments from set. I mean, one of the moments that I loved was I asked Clint one day, I just straight up asked him, I said, how do you act? What do you do? How do you do it? And he said to me, it's an emotional art form. Don't think too much, you just do. And I think that's, the epitome of who he is also as a person, and what makes him so special as a creative, but also as a human being. He really lives in the moment and gives a lot to everyone around him.
Dream come true. You never think in a million years that anyone's gonna make your movie, let alone one of the greatest filmmakers to ever live, to make your movie. I pinch myself every day, and I'm just so honored to have written something that Clint deemed worthy of making, and worthy of making himself. It's definitely a put yourself in the driver's seat, quite literally, type of story. And I hope that, my greatest hope is that after the movie, people will talk about what would you do, to your point of a moral dilemma. How would you play it?
I hope they enjoy it. It's a good story. And I hope that it posits the moral dilemma where you are driving home and getting in a debate with people about. That'd be cool.